Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Lisa, how's it going?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We got, oh
Who?
my
I'm
goodness,
good.
my,
I'm good.
oh,
We
oh,
got
oh,
who? I'm
oh,
good. That's
echo,
me.
echo.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh,
First, you want to say
there we go.
where our partner in crime is?
I know. Nix, bless her heart, she's got internet issues, so we're going to wing it without her. We were going to do tinctures today, but we can't. So we're not going to get that done today, but we do have plans about some other things. Nick will be here hopefully later. But here's a great thing. We can just say hello to everybody. My chat is not working. Oh, chat. That would help if I clicked on chat. I mean, imagine that. But it's not coming up on my StreamYard.
Well, I'm seeing people. I'm saying hello, Mr. Boudreau.
Mr. Boudreau, I got your email, obviously, and we got the picture already ready for a slide. That was some amazing information, Mr. Boudreau. So we're definitely going to share that today. And we're just going to chat and talk about life beyond coins. Yeah, Heather's hubby, there is such a thing, and we do it.
Life beyond coins.
we do life beyond coins.
So Heather's chubby hubby. I missed you yesterday. I missed you in a few streams. I was praying. I was hoping everything's okay. I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, I hope everything is okay. Is it okay? Surely it's okay. I don't know what's going on, but I don't get chat on StreamYard, so I'm going to try to capture.
Hello, Starbuck Jeff and coins. Is that it? Starbuck Jeff and coins.
Starbucks, Betty, brother, you're here. Awesome. Uh-oh.
So Nick might be able to join us if her internet gets back on.
Okay.
So we're like crossing fingers.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my. Oh, there we go. Oh, I have to move it from up here. Oh my goodness. Now I have chat. I had to take it out.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
You know, can we talk real quick about the Sweet Fern? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yes, in fact, that's what we are going to talk about. In fact, let's do this.
Mr. Boudreau, I immediately had to go look this up because I get poison ivy. And I was like, are you kidding me? I want that plant.
No doubt. Look at that plant. That is a sweet fern shrub. And this, I'm going to share this email. He gave me permission to do so. Hello, Mrs. Durbin. After the auction Friday and a couple of emails we sent back and forth, it came to me from the past. My grandmother from Canada, mind you, made tea from the sweet fern shrub. She made us drink the tea from the shrub, and from that point, everyone who drank the tea never got the poison ivy rash, break out into hives or anything. And as kids, they would take the poison ivy leaves and rub it on their arms, showing off to the other kids that they never got a rash. Here is the things I looked up, and with an image of the plant. That's the image of the plant. Thank you, Mr. Boudreau, for sharing that. The plant contains tannic acid, which helps treat poison ivy rash. You boil a hefty handful of the sweet fern leaves for 10 minutes, steep it until it becomes a dark green tea or dark tea color. Okay. Let it cool, strain the fluid from the leaves, and apply to the rash with a paper towel or cloth. Now, I'm assuming you meant the leaves that had been steeped or the tea on a cloth.
The tea on the cloth, I think.
Tea on the cloth, probably. Like you dip the cloth in the, yeah. Sweet fern has a strong scent. It does. I remember this as a kid.
Do you? I
I
don't.
do, and it is a strong scent. Um, but its flavor is mild green and earthy. Many foragers and herbalists say you can use the leaves either fresh or dry, but I think fresh foliage has more flavor. I agree. Tea from dried leaves, it was unpleasant and bitter. I suppose so, yeah. So,
This
wow,
is a winner.
I say,
So I went looking at more photographs of it.
Did you find some more?
Yeah, yeah. It's really easy to identify when it turns. It's like an orange color, and that's what looked familiar to me. Was
Okay.
the we don't have any other pictures. We're going to have to deep dive this more because this is a winner.
No kidding. I absolutely agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, mean one, how's it going? Still jealous of that knife. Yeah, she got a good one, didn't she? By the way, thank you guys so much for all who came to the auction and supported Greg Arbuckle's memory and everything. Starbuck Jeff, my baby brother, how are you? I love you. Thank you for coming, honey. I appreciate you being here. Miss you too. Yeah, she is a lucky duck. Yep, yep, yep. It had her name on it, Mr. Mean One.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, they did. I saw it all over the handle.
It's a beauty, and I'll have to do a review. I will finally have a video that will be worth watching.
She's gonna hack away at what? There's Gunny Quarter Deck. You're gonna be
Oh, Gunny.
listening in. Awesome, Gunny. Thank you for listening in. You missed the Boudreaux Sweet Fern Shrub, but you
Oh,
can go back and watch it.
excuse me a minute. Mean One, did I outbid you? Is that what you're saying?
You did.
Oh, I didn't even know who was bidding. All I was doing was watching the numbers going,
Up.
next,
Oh,
five
what do I
more,
do?
five more. I can do five more. Can I do five more? Yeah, I can do five more.
Then she turned around and did 10, and we went, oh, I guess she wants this. And Mean says, okay, I'm out.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was awesome. Hey, Wilson, howdy,
Hey,
howdy, howdy,
Wilson,
Big
hi.
Bird. Can't stay, but wanted to say hi and smash the like off to grocery
Thank you.
store. Yay, Wilson's going shopping. Hey, Skippy, Skippy. There he is, Ray-M-N-O. How are you? See, I remembered it was you. Bless his heart. It's like, are you registered? He said, well, yeah. I'm like, well, I don't have you in my email. I'm looking for him under Skippy, right? Not remembering who he
Thanks,
actually
Mean
is.
One.
Seriously, congratulations, she said. Meanwhile, you are awesome. You like our streaming one? That's good. We're trying to kind of change it up a little bit. We're trying to get into the focus, and today I think we're just going to talk about what we've been up to and see some of the results we've got happening. Behind me, as you guys can see, is a bouquet of gladiolas that was given to me
They're
by
gorgeous.
Axel's other grandmother. She has this huge garden of flowers and sunflowers. Those sunflower stalks got this big around. I kid you not. I don't know if yours does, but
Yeah, my mammoth ones. Hey, Diane, go live so they can see how pretty the gladiolas are.
go live.
I mean, go
Like,
live. I'm sorry. Go big. Go big. Go big or go
go
home.
live. Go big. Go big or go home. Okay, there they are. I'll just let you see. Here, I'll move the chair a little bit so you guys can
No,
see.
no, no, no. They just look so pretty.
I
Can you
do.
imagine having that in your garden? I'm gonna grow gladiolas.
She had
I
buckets and buckets and buckets of
Oh, that is just
gladiolas.
outstanding. You guys
And I
must
mean,
have
they were
great
in her
soil.
garage that she had trimmed down. Aren't they just gorgeous?
They are just stunning.
Yeah, I feel so blessed. So blessed.
Yeah.
So very, very blessed that she um, saw fit. She sent home a bundle of sage. Okay, we did Mr. Boudreaux. She sent home lemon balm. No,
Nice.
lemon basil. Sorry.
Basil. Oh,
Lemon
good.
basil, cinnamon basil. I had handfuls of each. They're all upside down, drying out, by the way. As a
So
matter,
I never heard of cinnamon basil. I
I
was like,
never did either.
have I been in like living in a hole or something?
I know, but I didn't either. But you know what? They smell amazing. It's a hint of cinnamon, kind of like my cocoa mint leaves. It's
Okay.
a hint of chocolate smell, scent. And then she sent me home with this. I got to show it to you.
Oh
This
my gosh, the
huge
comfrey. Oh my gosh.
bouquet of
Flowers and with flowers on it.
yes, yes. So we need to find out what
Mm.
is comfrey and what is its benefit. Do you have to dig the bulbs up every fall? You know what? I never, yes, you do. Gladiolas, you do. Irises, you don't. But that and Dahlia's another one that she's got. She's going to give me bulbs for them too. But yeah, the gladiolas, you have to dig them out so you can dry them up, and they multiply. So you know you're gonna yeah. America, little brother, thank you
So,
for.
Mr. Boudreau, you know a lot about gardening, right?
He
I can
does.
tell. Because I never dug up my gladiola bulbs, but they came back.
Well, you know, maybe some areas you have to, and other areas you don't. We do because we get such a deep freeze in the ground, frost. You may not need to because it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, we don't get a deep freeze.
Yeah.
We get a freeze and then it's thawed.
He says he knows a wee bit.
I can tell. That
That's
Sweet
pretty
Fern
cool.
is like crazy great.
I know it. I know it. I'm excited about that. That is, I don't, and didn't you say that it doesn't grow up in the Northeast, but it's more Northwest, but more in the Northeast, like the East Coast?
Yeah, this I looked at a map and it shows where it's growing, known to grow locally, and it will grow there. I just don't know why it's not. We'll do more about it. Definitely got to do that one because in a rough situation, man, you don't want kids with poison ivy. And I'd be just like grandma. Drink that tea.
I know,
Drink
right?
your tea.
Exactly. Like until
Yeah.
I said, put the plantain salve on and you'll stop itching from those mosquito bites. Sure enough, he does. You know, mosquito. Just so you know, I heard because somebody shared with me that plantain salve I made also helps with their hemorrhoids.
Oh my
You know,
God.
like Separation 8 does, except this would be, I mean, it's gross subject. I'm sorry, but you know,
Hey,
reality.
I mean, anti-inflammatory, I guess. I
Exactly.
didn't think about using it there, but okay.
A little dab of booyah.
That's so funny.
Oh, thank you.
Mud Swat, hello.
Oh,
Yeah.
Starbucks Jeff cupcake and cakes. Starbuck Jeff, S Buck Jeff and
Oh.
cakes. Yeah, there we go. Because he threatened to be a cupcake. Joe threatened him. He was a cupcake.
So Mudswa, I got poison ivy last year. I was in the parks and I always try to do volunteer work while I'm in the parks because the local parks, they never have enough people. So I'll do weeding and stuff in a little spot. And I've been saving this lavender bush and a sapling, a little oak sapling. And I was just ripping out the weeds. And when I got home, I was like, what the heck? With
Wow.
poison ivy.
Wow.
Yeah, I went for
Yeah. Hey, Mud Swat, how you doing? Swat and Mud, my buddy. Yes, any dab will do. That's right, Starbucks.
And meanwhile, I would too.
When you don't need to be nervous of putting the plantain salve there. I mean, you know, it's just coconut oil and plantain and self-heal and
The plantain is a pretty powerful plant. So,
you know
like
what?
so far, we have a couple super plants.
Look, guys, no scar. Give me a break. That plantain, I love that plant. I love it.
I know.
That thing does wonders. It takes away. It's great for your skin. I even have a skin moisturizing system going on when you get it between your fingers. Well, you know, I don't know what to say, Mud Swat.
Ew.
You put that on there after you clean your body. I mean, come on now. That's icky pull.
Okay. So,
I mean,
do you have my pictures? Do you have the pictures of my plantain?
I do. Let me get. Yep. I'm going to get to them though. That's not
So
bad.
I'm going to dedicate. Oh, that's the butternuts. All right.
No.
Yeah, that's
Now
plantain.
look, I noticed your pictures. You've got enough to take those seeds off of there and make some dinner. Look at that.
So I wanted to do that too. It's hard to see, but what I learned this week was, and you were telling me, right, about the little ones, like you just take little, the babies, or did I went looking at the plantain plant, and if you, I don't have a very good picture there, but the very baby sprouts that you just pluck them off.
Of those little seeds
They're
line,
good. They're
they're
good.
very
That
good.
is before there's any seeds.
They are supposed to be before they get into seeds. That's right. And oh, I was like, asparagus flavoring. I mean, I love asparagus. That would be my personal
It's
asparagus right there.
it's just a little texture. The texture is a little bit like it, and you just saute it, and whatever you're sauteing it in, it picks up the taste of what the saute is.
True.
So, like a little onion. I'm sorry, garlic, or
Excuse me.
because it does taste a little planty.
It has that little woodsy. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it tastes like that, but it's good, and apparently it's got a lot of vitamins right in these little shoots. So I was like, I'm thinking of putting one of these inside the house, because where do I cut myself is in the kitchen. That's where I cut myself.
Well, then you need to have plantain leaves really handy for a Band-Aid. That's the best Band-Aid ever.
I
Have some
know.
Scotch tape, put that leaf right on there, wrap it around and go. It stopped that bleeding within less than 20 minutes for me when I couldn't get it to stop bleeding. Even with the yarrow, I was like, I don't want that on there. It would leave specks of, because you're supposed to chew it up. And I didn't even chew it up. I just put the whole thing on there. You're supposed to actually chew it up, grind it up. I, wrinkled it up, but you're supposed to put it in your mouth, chew it up, and then slap that thing as like a poultice. But I didn't do that. I mean, my spit is nasty. I mean, let's get real.
I wasn't
And
sure about that either.
but all I did was wrinkle it up, get some of the juices out of it, and I wrapped that booger on and taped it on there and left it. And I changed it out from time to time. But I tell you what, that thing healed the quickest. And then I put salve on it all the time, and I could bend mine. It wouldn't rip open the scab. You know how some of those. It was amazing. I was sold after that. So maybe I was supposed to cut myself just to experience that. I don't know.
I don't
But
know, but I'm impressed. So impressed. I think I'm just really wondering, how is it that every kitchen doesn't have this growing in it? Like, at what point did we decide we didn't need that anymore? Because it's great.
I know, right? Exactly.
Look at
I
Mud
agree.
Squat. Oh,
He has houseplants in his net, has gnats. Well, wouldn't you use ivory soap and water and spray it? What would you
no, I
do?
don't think for the gnats. I think there's another kind of a thing you do for gnats. I forget what it is though. But what about a natural insecticide from rhubarb
I
greens?
know. How does that
I've
work?
heard
How
of
do you
that.
do
I've
that?
heard of that.
Have you?
Yeah, my mom used to grow rhubarb. I never was a big fan of it. It was always kind of like, we always dumped it, like put it in sugar.
You're right. Well, we would make like rhubarb cake or rhubarb muffins or rhubarb bread, like banana bread. Instead of putting bananas in it, I would put rhubarb in it. I still have rhubarb frozen that I used to get. And I had a rhubarb growing really well, and it actually went to seed last year. So I gathered the seeds. I just don't know where I want to plant it to plant some more rhubarb. But no, rhubarb is real nutritious. It looks like burdock. You know what? And at
Yeah.
first, I thought the burdock that I would, when I first moved back here from Texas, I said, "Oh, you got rhubarb?" He said, "No, that's not rhubarb. That's cockabur, what we call it, cockabur here. Burdock is wild rhubarb, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I guess I don't know, but no, you don't want to eat the stems. They're gross and bitter. But rhubarb, it has a little bit of juiciness and has a little bit of whatever. You have to pick at a certain time. I don't know. You can find how-to video on YouTube. Basically, just boil down the leaves. Huh. Boil down the leaves and put it in a container and spray. And there's your natural insecticide from rhubarb greens. Well, can you spray your houseplants with that and kill those gnats, Mud Swat? There's so many creative people. Yes, there is creative people, Lisa, on YouTube. It's amazing, isn't it? I just love it. When poison ivy gets between your fingers, not it. Oh, and poison ivy gets between your fingers, not the, from the plantain salve on your hemorrhoid.
Thanks for clarifying that.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, okay. That's what you're thinking. Then that would be like sprayed on the plants. You know what? That would be interesting to see. I would like to try that. Good idea. There's Ray Emino. Your plastic house plants have dust. Oh, well, dip them in a pan of dish soap and let it rinse, hang it to dry.
Well, I'm not looking for a million different plants to do things. I'm looking for some key power players. And we know stinging nettle's a power player, and we know plantain is a power player. I am thinking this one that gets the poison ivy is a definite yes.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. I think, let's bring that baby back up here. That's one we have to search for, because that would be definitely a first aid kit, like the yarrow and the plantain, or even the self-heal. We haven't had a chance to really talk about self-heal, but it covers everything. You know, I mean, if I was not feeling good and I was in pain or just not feeling right inside, hey, Flying Dutchman, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Good to see you. I made a cup of self-heal tea. I do know that the dandelion roots also is good for aches and pains of muscles, backaches. I did do some dandelion root tea and mulan one night, which the mulan helps to clear up your nasal passages, get that mucus moving so it can get out. But it also, the dandelion root, it helps with anti-inflammatory properties. That root was amazing because my knee didn't hurt the next morning like it normally would. It was helping to get it all taken care of. And that might be why the dandy lotion that I made with the dandelion was helping my knee to heal as well. So,
Yeah, I dedicated a little spot for the plantain, and it's going to be a little spot for those garden weeds, and that I really want to keep around because, I've said it before. I have dogs. I don't like them.
paying
I
on
don't really,
them. Yeah.
so I really want the dandelion, and I want those leaves and the root, because I did hear that that's really that is something that you want to get. But I'm going for this sweet fern shrub because also it grows in the shade, and I need that.
You know, right. How cool is that too? I'm noticing I don't have as much sun as I used to have when I first had a big garden. The trees have grown up through the years, and it's like, where am I going to put these plants? Where am I going to put the mulans once I get the seeds, if I get the seeds? And, frankly, I don't want to go digging and get wood ticks and sugars up my legs because, I have to deal with tall grass down the ditch, up the hill. We're going simple, right? So if I can get it to where I can grow it here locally, it's like, where am I going to put it? Stinging nettle right now, my nettles are turning into seed. So I'm finding that the tea leaves and using them, just, they're too green. They taste too woody. It's a different flavor. Which also too, that means that the plant is actually putting all its energy into um, the seeds, to produce the seeds. So I can either trim that down and get it to kind of come up like fresh seeds or fresh leaves again. I don't know. I'm going to play with that a little bit. It's definitely time to harvest because they're like 8 foot tall. They're huge. And I've got leaves and
I didn't know they grow like that. No wonder they call it a weed.
Right?
So, Reno, I thought the same thing about the plantain, because all I knew was the things from like Jamaica or somewhere like that. They look like bananas, and you fry them up, and they're sweet, and that's what I thought a plantain was. But I didn't know that backyard thing was.
They have narrow leaf plantain and they have the broadleaf. I like the broadleaf personally, just because I can recognize it better. But you see it throws off these little shoots, like stems of, for example, like it's going to flower, but it never flowers. It produces seeds. Now those can be treated like green beans before they go to seed. And but I would let them seed because then they'll go, they go crazy. I've got them all over my yard. They're just everywhere.
Yeah, it's because you've got that wonderful soil.
No, it's because nobody took care of the yard and it just was allowed. Did you know there's some seeds that will last 100 years and then out of nowhere just show up because the
Interesting.
soil conditions are just right?
I believe that. I see when one thing is gone, another will grow in its place.
Mm-hmm.
I see that. So when you look at the butternuts, you want to go over to the butternuts. That
Yeah.
really wasn't for public display, but
Oh,
since you got it up there, that's okay. I just cleared my patch out. There was a lot of, and I took this morning when the leaves are already wilting. But my butternuts, they take 170 days to really mature, and you can see some of them are on the vine. There's two of them in the middle picture. They're ready to pick almost. You have to wait for them to get brown, and then the sugars start to really come through.
oh, really?
Yeah. And then the one that's you're seeing the little one on the left, that one just popped up. I mean, all of a sudden I was like, whoa, hello.
That one right there.
Yeah, and then there's one on the right. That one just kind of came overnight too. It's like, what the heck is going on? I feel like
I see 3 of them right there.
yeah, I should have a camera on these because I'll bet you could catch,
Watch them grow, right?
yeah, they're big. It's like, whoa.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. You're definitely making progress in your garden. I'm loving it.
Well,
Squash is yummy, Ramino. I agree with you. I love squash.
oh yeah, the butternuts, I love the butternuts too. I usually get about 20 of these, and they do last quite some time through the winter. So
Can
I
you
have
store
a
them or
feeling,
have
pardon me?
to store, preserve them?
Yeah, there's a way you do it. Like you have to pick them just right, and then you store them for like a week or something like that, and then you do the cold storage, and they last. They last. It's really great. So
So you
I've
could
always, pardon me.
So you could just put them on the shelf, just in their gourd?
Yeah, like I don't use my microwave, so I stick some in there as I'm eating them. I love to roast them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy guacamole. Yeah, that squash does look delicious, doesn't it? Tony, good to see you. Thank you for
Hi,
coming.
Tony.
My mom keeps in an old wheelbarrow in her garage in the cold, and they last 6 months. You know,
Yeah.
certain things do, like acorn squash was the big thing that my mom used to grow all the time. And you cut them in half, and put them in the oven and put butter and sugar and brown sugar and whatever on there. And but butternut, I've not had that. Spaghetti is really great. Spaghetti squash. You can actually make spaghetti and it look like spaghetti noodles instead of noodles. Um, I've not tried that, but
I have. The spaghetti squash is great. I just didn't have enough sun for different varieties of squash. So a lot of what I'm doing now is trying to build out where I would be able to get more sun and do a variety of squash because I love squash.
it's real healthy for you too, isn't it? Like it's got a high nutrient value.
It's dense. I mean, it's good comfort food in the winter.
Well, that's true.
It's like mashed potatoes, you
Yeah, mashed potatoes will just, and then
well, you can
squash.
cook this like mashed potatoes. You just boil it
Oh,
and you put butter and you mash them up, and it's like really nice. It's like eating
yum.
mashed potatoes.
Mr. Boudreaux uses maple syrup with the acorn squash
Yeah,
and a
I've
dab
heard
of
that.
butter. And oh, I didn't think about that, Mr. Boudreaux. That would be very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, or brown sugar and bake. Oh, yummy.
Yeah, the brown sugar and butter is how we used to cook it. Poke holes with the forks in it so the butter and sugar would go down in there. But yeah, the other squash is the summer squash, which would be the yellow and the zucchini squash.
It's too wet for me. That
And
when I tried that and eggplant, it gets all mushy. I'm not the best cook. So if anybody knows a better way to cook the summer squashes, but they just get too watery, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way.
I use them for actually they can be kind of peeled a little bit, the bad spots sliced up, and they're great as raw vegetable. And dip it in some kind of ranch dressing or whatever. We used to you take broccoli and carrots or celery and dip it in ranch dressing or some kind of vegetable dip. We used to do the summer squash, which is the yellow long squash, and the zucchini squash if they don't get too big. Now, Mom used to grow zucchini squash that was this big around and that long. Well, then we would shred those up, put them in the freezer, and save them for zucchini bread.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the normal ways, like I do the raw veggies, they're very good that way. And I do the steaming. It's just they just get a little mushy.
Yeah.
I like I like to mush my butternuts. I don't know.
Hey, AZ Coins, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Okay, so you steam
Hi,
the zucchini
Decoy.
and the yellow squash.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not meant to be baked. They're more of I don't even know why they call them a squash. They're not quite, like squash has kind of got some meat and density to it. These don't. They are watery. They got lots of water.
What? Not the butternut.
No, 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 no. The yellow and the zucchini
Yeah,
squash.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have as much density as normal squashes, regular
Right.
squashes. So have a great show. Got to repair a fence for in the back 40. Well, thank you for coming by, Mr. Anthony. Appreciate you, sir.
Yeah.
Now
Oh
you
my
can go
gosh.
home and think about squash. Squash. Ooh, you could use the spaghetti squash in soup.
Yeah, spaghetti squash is great. It's just growing it. Each of these varieties has a little thing that they like, and um, there's you just have to prepare your foundation, your soil for whatever the squash is going to be, because they don't have deep roots right on the top of the soil. So, did I send you another picture?
You
I
sent
did.
me gathering
Yeah.
the sunflower seeds before, and look at that. Is that
Oh, you sent that? Well, you put that one in there. Oh.
because it's cool looking? I didn't know the sunflowers look like that when they're ready to release their seeds.
Oh yeah, this is after the birds have been going for it. So I had an idea about this sunflower head. This is some serious compost. I wish I could. I'll get you a better close up because it looks like where the sunflower seeds were seeded
Yeah.
um, in the pod. You could put other seeds in there, and this is like the perfect host for growing seeds of other types.
Oh wow, to where you could like seed starting.
Yes.
Oh, how cool. You're right, because of the nutrients underneath there.
Yes. So I was like, I might try that. But they're really, really good. Sunflowers are great for uh, building up your soil.
Are they?
Oh yeah, yes. I love the sunflowers, and they brought in so many different types of birds. But we know about that.
I didn't realize that. I was wondering why this is Axel's grandmother, why she put sunflowers in. She didn't plant them this year, but she used a couple of years ago. She had a huge part. Like she just keeps making that garden bigger and bigger and bigger. But she didn't plant any. They were left over from last year that came back from seed that fell out. So she just let them grow.
That's a lot of times. That's what I do too. I just what are they called? They're volunteers. They just come up, and I leave them wherever they want to be.
Right. Well, thank you, Ray Emino. Listen in. We appreciate your contribution. Proofreading a manual. Wow, that's challenging. I remember producing those and then having to make sure. Yeah, I've been there, done that. Too much. Seemed like everywhere I went, they didn't have one, so we had to put together one. Policy manual.
Yeah, the ones that nobody ever reads.
Right, right. And then they wonder why they're getting written up for whatever. Industrial automation. Oh my goodness, primarily.
Interesting topic.
Automation. Interesting. Very interesting. So isn't that cool? So, okay. Did I show you? I did show you that. Oh. I think, are we
We're
done?
missing Nick, aren't we? Yeah.
We are missing Nick. It's so sad she's not here today. I miss her. I miss her big time. I don't know what's happening with her. But that's the picture she sent of her plant. That's the results.
Oh,
Isn't that
yay.
wonderful? Compared to what it was before. Let me see. if I can find the other one. Next plant. Oh, it didn't
It
want
looks
to.
like she saved it.
That looks really good. It's really doing well, I think, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I mean, but considering how sick it was.
Yeah, and plus the bugs are gone, but it looks like it's one, it's not drooping, and two, it actually looks like it's coming to life and is starting to grow again. I think, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. But it's kind of late in the season for that. I just I'm just glad that it got through this one. Is it Oz, are you leaving?
Oz is leaving.
I don't know. He says, have a great day, y'all. You have a great day too. And you too, you know, have fun reading that technical document or writing it.
Well, thanks for coming, Oz.
Yeah, the
That's what it
manuals.
looked like to begin with, okay?
Okay.
And then I had the bugs. So I guess that's it. So if we were to, I don't know, look at that real quick and then look at that one.
So Nick and I were talking, we want to do a spreadsheet of the plants that all the plants that we've been going through this summer, and
Yeah,
then see which ones we're gonna take down the next road. And because it gets overwhelming, there's so many different ones and things we just never considered. But we're both really looking for the easy way out.
I know.
So
Well, it's like comfrey. Okay, now I need to know what that's about. And I know I needed comfrey because I was reading about, because I want to have pain reliever tinctures, or I want to, she says, I've got a salve. Come to find out, comfrey is a good pain reliever, muscle relaxer. Um, if you have a sore back, and I was thinking, oh, no wonder she grew comfrey. She's got that huge garden. You know what it's like to dig up that dirt. And she pretty much is the only one working in that garden on her own. So you could relate if your body's hurting and aching and paining, wouldn't it be nice to have something to put on it to just kind of soothe it and, get those muscles back to normal?
something that you're not buying at the store. That's my goal. I'm like
Right,
detox
right.
as much as possible.
Well, we are about, kind of cutting back and doing what we can do at home and with the things that we have here. So I'm gonna get that recipe from her and see what she puts in that salve, because she offered it to me. And she's got an interesting history because she's from Alaska, moved to Minnesota, moved to Alaska. She's got family in Alaska, and so you can imagine she likes to kayak and do all the Alaskan things here in Minnesota. So it's kind of cool. She's inspiring, but doesn't inspire me enough to go do it. I'm like, I'll just sit right here. Thank you. You ladies should start putting a book together and get it published. Wow, you know what? That's interesting you say that, Mr. Boudreaux. I thought about that. But see, so much of what we are getting, we're gleaming from other people, not from what we've learned.
That's okay. What we're doing is we're looking at all the information, and what we want is what has, like, they all kind of seem to have a similar crossover. And I think we need more information on what's really happening with the plant, and if we're using the right part. It's way more complicated than I expected. I should have thought about it, but I just didn't. And if things get rough, or if these are viable options to going to the store or something like that,
Right.
let's understand it better and make it available to ourselves. If it will grow in our region, let's do it. So it is a lot of research.
It is. And, that's why it's like, okay, for example, we started off with stinging nettle, and it tends to be a bit of a joke around here. Is that Diane drinking the nettle tea? Well, stinging nettle is about nutrients. So I'm doing a tincture with that and kale. Oh, by the way, I got a big old bundle of purple kale from her too. So I'll be able to chop that up and throw into a tincture with some things to create my own multivitamin. And the tincture
Nice.
itself is, I just take a dropper, and I don't have a bottle. I could go get it. just a dropper a day, and there's my vitamins that I don't have to buy, but it was right here growing, thank you, God, on this earth, higher nutrition than even spinach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
and yeah, all kidding aside, that stinging nettle is good for so many things. Why
yeah,
grow a million different things if this one's doing it?
right. In fact, I was thinking, well, maybe we should grow a garden. He said, why? We could go to the farmer's market. But, after seeing what's growing here, I don't need a garden right now. I've got lamb's
You
quarter
have a
full of
garden.
spinach. I have a garden. It's wild weeds.
Yeah, that's still,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
not cultivated, but
It's gonna be because I'm like, okay, we need to put this over here. The pineapple weed, for example, that took place of my chamomile, and I actually like it better than chamomile. So now I think it's done growing until maybe the fall. It might come back in the fall. If not, I do know now that I can grow it, where I can grow it, how I'm going to grow it. Next year, I know how I'm going to harvest it. So that's the thing. It's like, okay, I have a frog on my purse. I'm
what?
sorry. I have a little bitty tree frog on my
Let's see
purse.
it.
Well, I can't. It's if I grab him, he's going to jump all over the place. We've got
Aw,
we've
don't you
got these
want to take
little
them outside? Uh-oh.
we got these frogs that stick on the window at night and go after the bugs. That's what this.
We have those too, and they're really cute.
They are the cutest things. It's so entertaining. Joe last night he took a flashlight to the sliding glass door we had 3 frogs up there, and he was just helping them to collect the bugs, right? And then pretty soon they were going off and they were getting that one and they were getting. I was like, he was playing with the frogs, and I was like, he's like a little kid when it comes to the frogs. But yeah, he needs to go outside. Unless he's getting bugs in here that I'm not aware of. Good.
So this is going to sound like, excuse me, sidebar. This is going to sound like a stupid question, but hello, AZ Coins. Is AZ Arizona?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Anna, I'm crazy.
So how's the weather in Arizona?
Warm and dry.
I'm asking AZ.
I know, but it's always warm and dry.
Yeah.
There went my light.
What?
There went my little light. Can you tell that it's gone?
No, not really. Don't worry.
Then I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to stick that little bugger. Well, hails.
So we're kind of procrastinating a little bit because we keep thinking Nick's going to get here. She's going to try.
We are.
I want to see if she's texting. Have you checked?
No, I haven't.
Let me tell you, we miss her.
I know, right? Should I grab him, see if I could catch him? Never mind. AZ says it feels like hell. I mean, it's hot.
No doubt.
Dry and very hot. They get really dry weather there. I can remember.
But it's not humid, so.
No. However.
105?
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a big major wave, right?
I mean, you go outside and it feels like, the sun is just like magnifying on you. That's what it feels like. At least with humidity, it kind of feels a little, it makes it hotter, but it's just wetter hotter. The dry heat doesn't zap so much of, I don't know. I guess it's all in what you're used to.
I don't know. 105 sounds pretty hot to me.
That is hot. But you know what? That probably feels like.
Oh, it's humid too? Okay. I thought.
Oh, what's the humidity? Do you know what the humidity is there, AZ? Like frog. I got to do something about that frog. Give me a minute.
So Anna, I'm crazy. Do you have a garden? Do you know anything about like backyard weeds that are actually not weeds?
Okay, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but why not?
What, you got the frog?
No, you see what I got? What happens when you don't wear glasses?
I can't see it.
It's a lamb's quarter drawing on and that flew off the shelf.
A lamb's quarter what?
It's my leaf. It's drying,
Oh.
like I'm drying, and it looks the shape of those frogs
Oh, you thought it was a frog and it's a lamb's quarter leaf?
because I don't have my glasses on. Good thing Joe's not in here today. He looked like the same. That just goes to show you. Moon.
I do that too, though. I always
Okay.
have to have this. Wait.
When all else fails, I know, right? I'm gonna get me one of them. I think Joe's mother-in-law used to have a magnifying. He probably took it. He's got the magnifying glass. But isn't that funny? Oh my goodness, my eyes. That's bad. Okay, well at least it wasn't anything dangerous, and I didn't have to worry about him going all over the place. But yeah, it's good coffee, AZ. That's right. Yeah, I'm not afraid to share.
So we're getting ready for fall. And all this heat, you have to start thinking about the fall garden beds. And it is, boy, it's kicking my butt out there. But you have to do it. You got to get them ready and nutritioned up and everything.
Right.
I'm looking at some storms coming in. It's like, oh my gosh, it's getting dark out there. But the winter, the fall beds, they say get the fall beds ready. I think we're looking for plants that grow in a 90-day time span down here. It's pushing it because we're going to lose sun. So I'm just getting them together, and then I started some garlic again. Who knew garlic was going to be so difficult, but it is.
Speaking of garlic, I got 3 cloves of garlic from her that she grew in her garden. She planted it in the fall.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
And then you have to let it go through the winter. And then it came up in the spring. And I mean, she's got some big cloves.
That's how mine did too. But I didn't have enough of them. Like some will make it and some won't. So this year I'm dedicating space for the garlic. And we already talked about the white radish, icicle radishes. They still haven't come yet. I'm a little nervous about that. Where's Joe?
Memory. The white icicle radishes. Oh, that you planted to help.
I didn't plant them yet. I haven't got seeds yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on them. But AZ Coins is asking, like, where's Joe?
He had to go to an appointment.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was sleeping.
He has an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's sleeping. I was trying to cover him a little bit. Actually, he had to get up very early and had to go drive an hour and a half this morning and an hour and a half back. And we didn't get to sleep till like 2:30 this morning. So he went to lay down. His body's kind of, when he doesn't get the sleep and rest, then his body feels achy. So he went to lay down. He's probably taking a nap. Well-deserved nap.
Yeah.
But, yeah, otherwise he'd be here and it'd be okay. But
so, Diane, what else is happening with your life beyond coins? I think your life might be pretty much centered around coins a lot.
Yeah, it is. Well, I do have packages I need to get out. One from the benefit. Also, too, I need to get packages out from giveaways and things from last week because Axel was here and we had to go buy him clothes. He's going to start school in 3 weeks. He's going to be moving to his dad's house. So, yeah, there was a lot going on.
Yeah,
a lot of things expected to, unexpected stuff.
No doubt. I feel like I really feel for people with young children and trying to pay for back to school stuff. And I know it's quite a burden. So there's a lot of,
they're in your local areas. I know in our local area, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. or cut you off, actually, is what I did.
No.
But in our local area, the church that I worked for, they would have people bring in and donate, things for different schools. And then they would just put them in these bags for these kids and take them to the schools, and they distributed them. And it's like, we should donate. Thank you, AZ. I will be looking for that. Is that after this last one that we got the other day, or is this a new one, AZ? Anyway, like notebooks and pencils.
Yeah,
and
we used to do that too.
Yeah. And
still do.
It's just worth it. It's worth it. I mean, especially a song for you.
Oh. Huh.
I don't know who you are, a song for you, but thank you for coming. Is this a
spam, maybe?
A spam, yeah, or is this a trolley thing, or what is this?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know.
Well,
it's Armando from the vault. Hello.
Armando. ¿Cómo estás, señor? It's been a repeat, so I'm going to remove this.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to do the YouTube things.
Well, it's not really appropriate right now. You know what I mean? So there we go. Where's my mods? Tizzo, wasn't he here? Jay Tizzo, are you still in here, buddy? He's one of our mods. Anyway.
Well, I think we blew through the agenda.
I think we did. Did we blow through it? Let me look at it. Maybe someday we could have what? Told you about the gifts. We read off Boudreaux's stuff. Oh, tincture from the cabinet. Oh, yes. We will not be doing a live next week because I have to take my mom to a doctor's appointment. She can't drive, and so I'm going to have to transport her. I don't know if I get back early enough. Maybe we'll do a live, but I don't want to pressure it and push it and make myself go wigging out. So I'm not scheduling one next week. You're driving, oh, no, thanks, America. No, that's fine. That's fine. No, if you're driving, that's good. There's other folks, like
me, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Tizzo was in here, and I forget who else was it. Oh, Doughboy's not here. Wonder how he's doing. He wasn't feeling so good. You have Spanish name, but mother remarried when I was young. I don't speak any Spanish. No poquito español, Armando. He's like, not a thing.
You must get that a lot.
I bet, just because of his name. Well, should we say adios and good night? We're doing fine. Okay, thank you, Armando. Thank you.
No, that was Rainbow.
Rainbow. Names are hard.
Only bad words. Oh, you only know bad words? That's like my sign language. I can only remember the bad ones. I don't know why.
That's with me in Japanese. I have an aunt who came over from Japan, and she taught us how to write our name in Japanese. And then she was saying certain words, and my uncle would say, Michi. No, not Michi. And I was like, why don't you want her to? Or Skippy. Yeah, that's right. I'll call you Skippy, right then. We'll know. Anyway, I said, why don't you want her to say that? He says, it's a bad word. So and I can't repeat it because it is a really bad word. It's like worse than American word, right? And anybody who could be listening from another country would go, might get my YouTube channel flagged. No. Yeah. Anyway, so that is really cool. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming in and being patient with us. And, we're coming on because we say we will. We've only got 7 people in here. Oh, no, there's 10. Cool. And we got 27 thumbs up. You guys rock. Thank you.
I know. It's really nice people.
Amazing folk in this community. You guys are wonderful. We do want to talk about why we do tinctures and why tinctures are beneficial. And maybe we'll save that for the 23rd.
Yeah.
Do a tincture because I know we planned on doing it, but Nick's isn't here. So, it wouldn't be fair to not do tinctures in the kitchen without Nick. We got to have Nick here for that. That's very, very important. It was great seeing you, Ray Emino, and I'm glad you came. It's always a pleasure to have you guys. So if you guys have any questions or any ideas of things that we could talk about in the future, I know we do need to do something with shampoo. And I bet you Nick surprises the hair rinse.
I know what I want to talk about, but we'll get banned.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to talk about UFOs.
UFOs, why would you get banned?
Well, can we talk about those?
I don't know why.
The fuzz.
We have UFO channels. Oh, there's my warm and fuzzy friend, a Fuzz.
You have a great day too.
Fuzz, I mean,
did you wake up thinking about the knife?
Yes, we're going to have to ship it differently than normal because she doesn't want. Did you guys get to the post office to Fuzz and find out what's going on with your mail? That is really weird. You're not getting it delivered. I just don't understand.
Okay.
Mr. Fuzz, I'm sitting in my own little corner. In my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. I've been wanting to say that all day, haven't I, Lisa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, big time. You've been thinking about it. She's been thinking about it big time. I love it.
I know.
Cool.
I know.
That was a big life.
We should let these people get back to their life beyond coins.
Yeah, so they can have coins.
Yeah.
We have a difficult route, says the post office. Oh, is that right? I bet it's not any more difficult than mine. Like you might not be able to make it up that hill. I'm so sorry to Fuzz. Well, if you have a difficult route, how can UPS get to you and FedEx and all these other places? Oh,
they just power through, right?
Yeah. I don't understand why the post office can't make it. Pam, man, be Pamby. What happened to the slogan? Not sleet, nor rain, nor fleet of night. The post office will deliver. Not anymore. They don't.
Those poor people.
We don't have
Those
to.
poor people.
I know, right, Ariamino. See, they don't have to go, Lisa. They don't have to.
Okay, well, if you want to hear us ramble on, that's just fine. Diane and I can do this all day.
We really can. We finally have to say, okay, let's stop. I got to go. And then we go on to something else. Yeah, it's called the Minnesota Goodbye. Well, that's interesting. You're right about that lighting. You guys like my little corner? I like the flowers. What's going to happen when my flowers die? Then what am I going to put there?
I don't know, but you're going to have to find some because they're really great. And I think I'm going to have to change my backdrop too. Although we're already approaching the fall. So I'm right back to where I started.
But I don't want, Christmas. We could do Christmas back here even. You got all day, AZ? Well, we don't. I don't. I do have to do housework eventually.
I just blow mine off.
Yeah, but I live with somebody.
I can put under the carpet.
Oh, no, that's been. Oh, here.
Reno, you think I should do a UFO backdrop? Should I do stars or something back here?
You could. Oh, you know what you should do? Put fall colors, like maple leaf fall colors.
I just don't understand why we're not talking about it. I mean, I think we should be talking about it.
The fact that harvest time is here?
Well, sort of. Harvest time's over. I'm talking about the UFOs. I think we need to be talking about them. Well, it's beyond coins.
It is beyond coins.
Okay, baby, I'll see what I can do.
Beyond coins.
I have an old map from National Geographic that has the star systems. I'll put them up behind me.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool. should be have Bigfoot peeking out from behind
Oh,
one of
that
those
is
trees.
great, mean one. I could draw it. That is so funny.
Yes, in the background, right
That
there,
is
right
hilarious. I got to
there.
do that
Yep.
before I take this thing down. That's hilarious.
You know, that's a good point. That is a very good point. I heard you'd like to cut lawn. I got you a new mower. You did you, AZ? Huh.
Wait, no, I didn't know there were
Did you send
UFOs.
it? There you are, RC Pops. I'm
Hello.
doing very well today, RC Pops. I'm so glad you were able to make it this day.
Meanwhile, I'm so gonna do that. I am so gonna do that. I think it would
That's
be
a great
hilarious.
idea. That is a great idea.
It's so clever.
Doughboy says that's unacceptable.
Hello, Mr. Doughboy.
There he is.
It's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? I watched some of those shows too.
My friend of friend is here. With a lake and Nessie. That's right, Ram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be,
Oh,
these would
you
be
could
great
put
names.
Bigfoot peeking from behind the brushy brush and have Nessie back there in the back, kind of all where the it's all foggy back there looking.
Oh, I don't know. I think Bigfoot needs to be peeking through this little thing.
Yeah, right behind where you, yep.
My little dog heard you knocking on the table or something. Now she's barking.
Oh, I was doing a drum roll. That's funny.
I know. Don't do that, please.
That's funny.
I know.
Look at how the lighting is changing behind these flowers. The sun is shifting back here, though. See?
I know. We got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. And Diane, you can have an alien looking in the window behind you. I know, right? Just peeking like underneath the curtain.
Meanwhile, you're so creative,
isn't he?
That's funny.
Where's
Yeah.
Paul
So
Lincoln?
I do have a wall mural of a lake. So stand by.
She is a good a guard dog, the Fuzz. She is. She barks at everything that
She's a pain in the neck.
disturbs her world.
She's a typical Jack Russell. I mean, the whole package.
The whole package. Yeah. She's a cutie though, Lisa. She really is. At least from what I can hear and see.
Yeah.
But
she's a good little girl. She's old though. You're getting old.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you guys have any ideas of what we can talk about, we're going to fine tune down what specifically we need to focus on. For me, it's plantain, stinging nettle, yarrow here and there, and dandelions for sure. And then the pineapple weed. I'm trying to grow some nasturtia. I'm not getting flowers. I probably planted them too late, but maybe I can dig them up and bring them in the house for the winter. I'm seriously thinking about growing green beans in the winter inside the house. I don't know, but I got the micro beans anyway for nutrients if I run out. I can always grow those as long as I'm paying attention to them and doing them and not leaving the house for weeks at a time and out paying attention. That's a problem. What else we got going on?
Well, for me, I'm going to be putting something up on my little thing here. And then I'm going to be working on my other one for Nessie.
Well, that's the one for Nessie. You should have Nessie back there.
Right? No, this is the one. No, this is Bigfoot. This is a wood.
Oh, I thought you were going to put with Bigfoot over off to the side and looking at Nessie.
Oh, I don't know if I'm that creative.
Oh. Can we focus on some glasses? You need glasses, Doughboy?
What kind of glasses are we talking about?
Okay, we can focus on glasses. These are my cheaters that I have laying everywhere so I can see up close and personal. And then these are my bifocals. And that is how I can read screen. See, I love her.
Lamb chop?
Lamb chop?
Yeah, we have glasses. Yes, and this is lamb chop.
So these are my
in love with lamb chop.
And I'd show you my trifocals, but they're in my purse somewhere and I don't want to take them out. Yeah, so I've got multi-purpose uses of glasses. The bifocals are for the computer screen during auction, and the trifocals is so I can drive and see it all.
I need glasses, but I never wear them. I just go fuzzy. So DeFuzz says, I wish I could have a garden, but no place for it. That's why I love hearing you guys talk about it. DeFuzz, that's kind of where we're at, is like, how would you make that work if there's no place for it? Are you like, if you're in an apartment, then I got some lights that I'm going to try indoors to see what can grow inside without creating a massive production. I don't want to have, I was going to get into the whole thing where I have all the lights hanging down, but like I said, that's just a production. I'm looking for the easy way out. So,
well, here's a point. Here is something that I learned a long time ago. And my grandma told me, if you can grow a plant indoors, a house plant, you can grow food from outside inside the house.
yeah.
But what are we doing wrong? It's just our mindset. So it's kind of like, okay, well, what would I do with a spider plant? I would put potting mix in that pot and water it as usual. And it goes crazy. Put it by a window. Have
I don't
something.
have great light. I don't have great light.
Well, my mother-in-law is an amazing woman, and she has the greenest thumb I know. She can grow anything indoor or out. She has a jungle in her house and a jungle outside. Okay. She gets these grow lights that have different colors for different stages of the plant, from seed to seedling to growth to adulthood.
So
And
I
they're
get jealous of people like that.
and she just puts these grow lights. She's got one that has like 3 arms.
I saw that one, but it's the arms on it. It's only like 12 inches.
Yeah, it's about this long.
Yeah. So because I had to measure, I'm going to measure for my little seedlings and see how that works. More to come on that. It's a mess. Let me tell you, DeFuzz. I don't know how well this is going to work because indoor gardening is messy. You're
gonna work on researching on that, DeFuzz? Go for it, girl.
Yes.
All you need is a little grow bag, put some dirt in it, throw some seeds. If you got a plant that's gonna climb, stick a stake in it or trellis, put it up by a window. Make sure you got something to catch the water, because you're gonna water it, and see what happens. It could be a tomato plant. And if you get it and they blossoms, get Q-tips and start self-pollinating. But Diane, can she do it in the desert? Yes, AZ. You have air conditioning in your house. It's temperature.
I think it's worth trying. I think the microgreens are worth it. And we're learning some stuff about the microgreens that they're kind of an epic failure.
She's got bell peppers and rosemary. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So it's a start. There you go. It's a start. I mean, I've tried some things and they didn't come together and it failed. But I do have turmeric growing, and I also have ginger growing. I'll have to bring it in the house afterwards, because it's out there in the sun where it loves to be and everything. But that's okay. I'm going to bring in my mint and some other things in. I'm just going to set them. I don't know. I'm going to find a home for them in here. And then, I've got good lighting here, but not necessarily in the winter.
Yeah, nobody has good lighting in the winter.
So I'm going to get the grow lights. And his mom, she has one window. Joe's mom has one window in her living room, and her plants are going amazingly crazy. She puts these grow lights there.
I definitely got to look into them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done that. It gets really big.
It does. It does. You were thinking of greens? Yeah. I mean, spinach, lettuce. Oh, lettuce grows great inside the house.
You'll be surprised how much you're actually saving by growing those things and not buying them at the store. Mm-hmm. It is a surprise. It's very encouraging and very satisfying. I encourage you to continue.
I do have taste suggestions for tasty smoothies. Greek yogurt for starters.
Well, he wants greens. I like pea greens.
Well, I just powder up all my greens that I dried up. I've got, you know what? I'm going to go get them. Be right back.
So you're going to buy lights, DeFuzz? That's what I did. I bought some that I'm going to try and sample because last year I tried it and they were hot. So I want to be careful this time about which ones I'm doing. And there's some that follow the natural sun period, or like the sunrise to sunset. They'll dim and create that illusion of being like outdoor light. So I was looking at that. That looked pretty fancy. But
All right, you ready to see this? Right. Oh,
Raymond, what are you putting in your smoothies now?
yeah, good question. Okay, this is a container that I just recycled, and these are my greens for my smoothies. In here is the microgreens of you see that?
No.
It's a combination of the microgreens I grew and harvested.
Nice.
And this is also a combination of stinging nettle, lamb's wool, or lamb's quarter, sorry. Some other things that different things that I dehydrated, and I put it in a coffee grinder and I grinded it up to powder. And I just use a tablespoon for a smoothie in my orange juice, shake it up. You can do whatever you want. He says banana, apple, kale, spinach, bee pollen, avocado half. Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Bee pollen.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting, huh?
I used to take bee pollen, but I'm way too hyper for it.
Oh, really?
It gives me way too much energy.
So that's what I do. That's what I've done, and I just take a tablespoon and put it in my orange juice, or if I want something creative, almond milk, chocolate almond, whatever. But see, I don't put it in a blender like some people use their yogurt and put it in a blender, and you can put your fruit and whatever. I just rather shake it up so I can go. I don't have time for a blender.
But it's really nice to have the option. I think you should be proud of yourself for making that. That's a really good.
Thank you. Well, I got really tired of spending a fortune on greens. And I was like, and that's all that is this mixed up, whatever. And so I just make it, grind it up, put it in there and scoop it. I don't even know what's in there anymore because, I just combined it all. I forget when I last made a batch of it. And I think it has the stinging nettle and the lamb's quarter and the microgreens, as well as I think it's got some lettuce and some kale and parsley, whatever I had that I bought from the store. I just dried it up, mixed it all up and put it in there.
So Reno, I'll just put in whatever. I like the fresh stuff. So mine's a little bit thicker, but Diane has a dehydrator. She dehydrates her greens, and that's a little tricky, right? You have to really dry them.
Well, it can go anywhere from 6 to 10, 12, 24 hours, depending upon how wet they are. And I even got a salad spinner to
Nice.
But here is the lamb's quarter. I've got some hanging, but this is what I took off from and some of that's already dried already. And that's going to be ground up and powdered. This is. I don't know. I don't like to necessarily. And you can use stuff, like when you can take this thing and nettle, you can take the lamb's quarter, you can take the plantain, you can actually stir fry cook them or put them in salads. Same with dandelion leaves. You can do all of that. I don't personally like to do that, so I just put it in a powder form like this, and then just put it in my.
It's nice to have options.
Yeah, for sure. Or like what I'm doing, I've got plantain and kale, and I think I don't know what else. I've got it on the label, what I have on there. It's about ready to be able to be strained and put into a bottle to be used. But I did that, tinctured it so that I could get the nutrients out of the plant, but I'm using that for vitamins instead of, because I'm not always able to.
Oh my gosh, paying for vitamins, it's a lot.
The vitamins are just ridiculous right now. I just, So I'd rather go that route. And since the plants are here, for example, we got the lamb's quarter. It's here. I'll just dry it up and then I'll grind it up and we'll be good to go. So You can dehydrate with lowest settings in the oven. Yes, you can, but you got to leave your oven open a little bit so the moisture has somewhere to go. But yes, you're right, DeFuzz, you can. You use almond milk for your liquid ramen? Yeah, I usually do too. Or coconut water on occasion. Very good. Very good.
Coconut water is really good.
Yeah, I like coconut water too. Any suggestions how to use turmeric? Well, turmeric is tricky because it has a funky flavor.
I just go for it. It's so healthy and so important. I stick it in my smoothie and it's gritty. It makes my smoothie gritty.
Right.
Not
Unless, of course, you get, you know what? You could even get the turmeric root and probably diffuse it or infuse it into water, like a tea. And it'll take all those nutrients out. It's kind of like making,
it's a good idea.
Cooking your vegetables, all that water from your vegetables, what a waste. They say to feed your plants with it or whatever. So I do that with my ginger. You do you, doughboy? I take my ginger root and I'll slice it all up and then I'll cook it and make a tea out of it, if you will. And I pour some of that in my water every night because it's good for my digestion. I've got the lemon and I've got ginger root for my digestion and then everything that I had going on is at bay.
Mr. Doughboy, I snort turmeric. I don't think you do. Then you'd be sneezing.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah, so I did an experiment with the grocery store beets, and like 2 months ago I bought some beets and I stuck them in a pot with some soil, and I've been eating off those greens all summer.
Yum. Very good.
Yeah, I love them.
Beet and beetroots with cacao powder. Oh, interesting. Banana, apple, and spinach is nice with a touch of maple syrup. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I really only eat maple syrup on vanilla ice cream. That's kind of all I do. I'm not very healthy, am I?
Yeah, you are. You're a lot healthier than you think. But
I'm trying.
I think we should wrap this up, don't you? I think we've been on for, oh gosh, and Nix isn't going to make it, bless her heart. It's frustrating for her because she just feels so bad, but she can't stop. She can't fix the internet issues. So they're either getting new service or they're, putting new lines or something in, and who knows what's going on. When a smoothie needs sweetness, maple syrup serves very well. You're right, Rayamino.
I'm going to give it a try. I've got some from Vermont.
I have even put maple syrup in my coffee before, and I was surprised at how good it tastes. I was like, huh. And then you add a little bit of cacao powder.
Okay.
Well, hello.
Oh, sleepyhead.
With good reason.
Hello, Joe.
Steva gives an instant headache. Oh, Steva, yeah, you gotta watch Steva. Monk fruit is probably okay if it doesn't have the Steva leaves in it as well. But yeah. Maple syrup is probably your best bet. It's the most all natural and better than cane sugar or honey.
Okay.
I want some honey.
Thank you, DeFuzz. You take care too. Kalua?
Kalua.
Coins, are you talking my language? Kalua?
He might be. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. You can email me at dianescabin22@gmail.com and give me some ideas, tips, or suggestions. I'd love to hear some. And thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate your support. And Lisa, thank you. So we're going to call her done. Thank you guys.
I just send in love to everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you for the support, everybody. Appreciate it. Bye now.
Bye.